Underdog Daily. Black and Yellow Dog app, the platform of the people. Underdog Fantasy. Me, Nezzy Takes, hanging out. We're going to talk a little NBA Cup, but more importantly, we are going to talk to the definitive Dog Bowl champion, as the crown that all of us chased all season long. The champ is in the building, but it's never officially official until he is in the winner's circle.
I know. This is the highest pressure winner's circle that we've had to date. So the pressure's on. I've got my buttons ready. I'm ready to go.
Love it, dude. Couple things for the community. There was a nice email that went out yesterday explaining the payout structures for best ball season and all that stuff. Also, the first time you fire up the app, you will get a little prompt just reminding everybody, hey, the payouts are staggered and you don't always get paid out that exact green number. We talk about this every single year, over and over again, but it's just worth reminding for everybody. Best ball advancement and the pods and all that stuff will be slowly trickling out over the next day and a half here. I know Nez was talking about some on Davis's show this morning there. So if you guys want to get in touch with that, and I don't know, what do you guys talk about? All the quirky, weird combinations and plays that you want to have right now?
No, we just talked about how Davis ran bad on like every single draft pick, mostly.
That's what happens when you take Xavier Worthy with every fucking pick. Good stuff. Guys, also one other thing before we bring on the champ here. Very nice thread on very peek behind the curtain thread from Awin there on the X machine. If you guys did not see it, I retweeted it from both of our accounts there. Nez did as well. Just a reminder of like what this community is about. You know, what everybody's stories are completely different here. And very, very cool to see him kind of come so far in such a short window of time here. Yeah.
No, that was really cool. I was really happy that he did that, kind of like introduce himself, because he's on a lot of people's radars. So that was pretty cool.
Speaking of dudes that are on people's radars, Nez, this player has been in multiple Dog Bowls now, and now is a Dog Bowl champion. I'm ready on the ones and twos if you are, my friend.
Let's do it, man. We got this.
All right. This year's Dog Bowl champion, a 3, a 2, a 1. It's only officially official when we get the golf claps going there. Cognition 10. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Happy to be on with y'all.
That's great, dude. 200 dimes in your pocket here. Is it burning a hole right now? You got some things on your mind right now? Or what are the plans here?
Yeah, I still have the money, so I haven't spent any of it yet. I'm sure we'll throw some back into UD, but I certainly have a combination of different things that I'm thinking about doing. Some hobby related, some family related, some investing related. So.
I mean, no better way to invest than maxing the gauntlet? I think that's what it's like a rite of passage.
For sure. Yeah, we'll see some action. I actually have some lineups advancing from some of the earlier best balls, like the Big Dog, Big Board, Best Ball Mania. So I'm also excited to see how they may progress.
Oh yeah, so Stimmy 2 on the way.
Let's talk about it all, man. So your second Dog Bowl. Guys in the community know you as primarily a draft game guy. Are you simply a football guy? Are you multiple sports here? Like what's your avenue on UD usually?
Yeah, it's mostly football. I did take a little stab at some NBA stuff last season, and maybe out of boredom, I may again. We'll see once NFL is over, but mostly NFL. That's my most exciting sport. I really love watching on Sundays, and really gets excited about when you have lineups, in contention. So,
well, let me tease you here, because nobody has ever been a multi-sport Dog Bowl. We've never had a 2-time Dog Bowl champion. We've never had a multi-sport Dog Bowl champion. So, methinks if there's a hoops one potentially coming up, will you throw a couple bullets in that one?
I very well may. Yes. I don't know if I'm maxed out, but I very may well throw a few in there.
Oh man, good stuff.
Yeah, Cognition, I would love to talk with you about your journey as a Dog Bowl participant. So, Dog Bowl 1 comes out, and you are like the most infamous drafter in these Dog Bowl streets. For those who may not be familiar, can you enlighten everybody on what was happening on your way to winning your first Dog Bowl seat for Miami for Dog Bowl 1?
Yeah, great. That takes me back a little bit. So I like competing in smaller fields, right? But obviously the larger fields have the bigger payouts. So in order to get into that smaller field, you have to kind of get past that larger field. So just with variance in general, and even some laziness on my part, right? There was a lot of auto drafting done. I think I might have mentioned, I think at one of you at the events, I would go to bed and just kind of let sort of the app run with the auto draft. I recently discovered the community, discovered I have a little bit of a reputation on there. So it actually helped me tighten things up and, admittedly improve. So I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, that was typically my mindset. You never know what could happen. So sometimes, and I actually would mix it up a little bit too, even though it was mostly auto draft. I would actually, sometimes I would go in and then maybe after it picked the first 4 or so picks, then kind of just add to it just to kind of get that sort of variance going. But
like the lead here, which is being heavily buried, is that you were like king 2 tight end. Were you not? That was the strategy, or was that just like by happenstance?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Admittedly, when you kind of let it auto draft, sometimes that's how it will end up.
Yeah,
at times, but it has helped me also. So I know it's unconventional. I think a lot of the way I play in draft also is too. So it almost fits.
Tell everyone to just bend the knee right now, because you're the Dog Bowl champ, man. Unconventional is the way now. People are going to be coming into these lobbies. They're going to be auto drafting double tight ends and naked quarterbacks all over the place now. You're setting a new precedent.
I wish I really had a chance to do that at this Dog Bowl. If the draft came to me that way and I could have gotten Bowers and McBride, I definitely would have. And that would have been sweet if to kind of place with that. But yeah, anything's possible. I mean, when you have tight ends, they could score.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did joke about it on the broadcast for the actual live broadcast of the drafts there. We did joke about it, that you were on the right-hand side of the board and someone had set up the double stack with Joe Burrow. And we joked about, we're like, oh, no way Cognition's letting that naked Joe Burrow go by him right there. He's going to be totally fine to click it and take that away from the double stacker. They wrong lobby to try and push it in right. And sure enough, you just did the Joe Burrow naked stack or the naked pick right away.
Yeah, I did. I may have had partial reasoning. I also knew that was the highest over/under game, and needed a piece of it as well, which I guess you'll probably get to with asking about that Allen lineup. But yeah, those things were on my mind.
Yeah, good little segue there. I will bring up the lineups, and in particular some of the drafts there. That was the very first draft. We looked at it yesterday on the program. That there was a couple of really nice teams that came out of that draft. Yours, of course, being the best of the bunch there. Let me add it up here, but we will bring up the Dog Bowl there. There's your team at the top for the audio listeners there. This was from the very, very first draft of the contest, 1 out of 9, which is interesting because a lot of people were really excited to have back-weighted drafts. People were walking around on night 1 flexing, oh, I got 7, 8, 9. I'm going to know where all the stacks are, where all the ownership is. That sort of thing. You kind of set the market for the Josh Allen stuff there. You were 1 of 2 with the Blake Corum share. You kind of ran bad, to be honest, on Michael Pittman and Brenton Strange because they both had touchdowns taken back. You get Zay Flowers in there, and then that second round, RJ Harvey being one of the running backs you needed on this slate with that 19 points. Talk me through it, buddy. What was the thought process here? Were these targets for you? Was Josh Allen a big target for you? What was the plan into the weekend?
Yeah, for sure. So Josh Allen definitely was a target. I ideally was hoping to get a lineup with either him or James Cook. I unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, didn't get any of the top 3 picks to be able to grab James Cook. So I know I needed a piece of that game. It was the highest over/under. Josh Allen, I mean, he's incredible. You see the sort of numbers that he puts up, and with the matchup there, I didn't know if I'd have another chance, depending on how things fell to get him. So I wanted to make sure that I at least had that, and I'm glad that I did.
Nice.
So yeah, I was able to grab him aggressively, admittedly, but I kind of will make those moves that'll kind of make people kind of pop up for a second and wonder. But
I thought that one made perfect sense. I mean, obviously it won you all this money, but especially, I mean, you had 3 drafts rather. And I mean, shoot, man, if you want Josh Allen in one of those 3 drafts and you're up in draft number 1 and he's right there, we're going to take him, I mean, it obviously was not crazy. The ceiling was evident. So yeah, shout out to you for doing that. I mean, yeah, you were one of the only people that took Josh Allen that early, but like, I loved it. I'm like, this is what it's all about, man. Get your guys. You only have 3 drafts.
for sure. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Let's talk about some of the other stuff there. I actually don't know. Did you have much overlap in your 3 drafts there? Did you have overlap in the portfolio?
Not really. I think RJ Harvey was the only one that I may have had in multiple lineups. I actually didn't find out till I actually arrived there that it would be 3 drafts instead of 1. So I wasn't even aware of that. So yeah, for sure. So that sort of changed my thinking a little bit, right? Is sort of 2 trains of thought, right? Either try to focus on players and hopefully play super big, or maybe you don't end up anywhere. So I decided to kind of diversify things as much as I could. Now, that being said, if the right player was available, I probably would have had some more overlap, but that's just sort of how it played out. So.
Yeah, no, right on, dude. Yeah, I guess that memory lane there, the first year in which you qualified was in Miami there, and Miami was only 1 draft, and you couldn't see the leaderboards and the draft boards of the other opponents in that one. Do you remember what you did in Miami, how you finished and what your lineups looked like and stuff?
Yeah, I definitely remember I finished 4th. I think
Nice.
it was $50K, or technically 60, right? You get that first payout for qualifying. As far as my lineups, yeah, I remember I took Isaiah Likely at that time when it was a bit of a risky play, but I think Andrews may have been banged up at the time. And, I know Likely was, he did really good. And I think he first caught people's eyes in like that preseason of that year, which is preseason, but just you could still see ability. Like I remember Victor Cruz, I noticed him in preseason of a Giants game, and he became pretty phenomenal. So I try to keep things like that in mind. I remember definitely having him. I had Josh Jacobs, who actually got hurt in the 3rd quarter, who, if he stayed healthy, maybe I would have even placed a little higher. I definitely remember that. Yeah, so I have to go back to kind of look at the whole thing, but I'm happy overall. I mean, just always happy to place in a great experience. That and this current one for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to hit on that experience. What the difference between year 1 Dog Bowl and now year 3, 4. I don't even know what we're at now, but Dog Bowl number 4 in general. Yeah, just thoughts on the difference, the leveling up. Was it noticeable? The experience, that sort of thing. Is it something that people should be chasing in this community?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think Underdog really is just continuing to improve, right? I mean, I thought Miami was great, but this draft was awesome. I mean, we were in the Royal Stadium or Kauffman Stadium, but actually kind of sitting in those suites, feeling like a GM doing your drafts. I thought that was super amazing. Yeah, overall, I mean, the different events that took place, the draft day, the watch party, anytime there's craft beer, it's never a bad thing. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Underdog is continuing to just every event get better and better. And yeah, I just love being a part of it.
Awesome, man. Before we go a little bit further on this lineup, I do really want to know, what you're playing on a week-to-week basis. How many entries were you putting in to chase the Dog Bowl? Are you playing like the BR over and over again each week as well? Like, what is the stuff that you're normally playing on the site on a week-to-week basis?
Yeah, so I mostly do Dog Bowls. Yeah, BR Battle Royale. So I did that recently, a few weeks back, and I believe I won some money from there. The Dog Bowl had been primarily it. I hadn't played as much this season, obviously as prior, but I feel like I did better with less, just tightening up my game. Thanks to the community, shout out for that. But yeah, I had one, not one, but I've placed, a few times for more money than I put in this time in the Dog Bowl, and I was able to use that to sort of play again. But it was very sort of on the edge of my seat, right? I think I got in the last week of the 3rd seed, but the week prior to that, I missed it by literally, it might have been half a point or a quarter of a point. It was something so razor thin. I finished 4th or 3rd. And, if it was poker, you'd be on tilt for something like that. But, fortunately, you have that time in between the next draft. And I was able to, you still win money, obviously, in fourth and some of the battle royale. I just decided to just put that all into getting into the dog bowl, and it worked out. So.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Awesome. Good. Glad it worked out for you, man, in that regard. How many total entries was it that final week? Did you max the contest, or what's kind of your threshold?
No, I didn't max. I actually didn't max any week this week.
Yeah, sure.
But I did use what I had won the remainder of. So I think if I do some quick math, as far as like how many lineups that was, it would have definitely been the most that last week. That I had put in. So if we do, let me see if I give you a quick number. Probably roughly actually 25 lineups or so, I think.
Nice. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the well-constructed 25 bros getting home there. Don't have to max to get there kind of vibe.
Doesn't hurt to try, I guess.
Let's talk about the rest of the targets in this lineup. Were you playing the game environment of that Indianapolis and the Jags stuff together?
No. So I think I'm a little unconventional. So I'm not obsessed with stacking, right? I mean, I've done it and I'll continue to do it. Obviously, I know that it produces statistically great results, but I think in a smaller field, if there's a player that I think has a higher floor, or even a higher ceiling, right, I will go for that player versus trying to make a stack just to make a stack, if that makes sense. So that was kind of my thought process there. I'm like, every position that I had, I'm like, well, who's the best available player where I can sort of has a good floor, right? Because you're in a smaller field and, you want to get points where you can. And that was kind of generally my line of thinking.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And then everybody's favorite pick, man. We got to talk about the quorum stuff there. Was that a target for you for as a scroll? Was it a target for you to make sure you had two running backs? What was the thought process in terms of the build construction there and the quorum pick in particular?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was focused on position, like as far as needing to have another running back. I think every sort of slot that I had, I really wanted to, who was the best potential player I could get with upside, right? And that was the last round. Corum's someone that I've always liked, just seeing him play. I've always thought he had good ability. And he had been coming on in the recent weeks, so he was always on my radar. Granted, he's not their main back, right? So that obviously I'm aware of, but he had been coming on. I believe that Kyron Williams did have a little bit of an injury, right? I think, was it his ankle or something like that? I know he was a little banged up, was still going to play, but I figured in my head, I knew with the momentum that Corum had kind of coming in there, and with, Williams not being 100%, he might get more playing time. I don't know if he actually did on a snap count, but he certainly made the most of it. And, I'm not going to complain there. So,
yeah, the one big run that took off to the house. Actually, we were streaming at that point in time, so I didn't have eyes on you. Was that a big celebration? Are you a big celebrate in the moment guy? Were you jumping up and down for that one?
I was excited. Yeah. The first run I was excited because I knew that put me into contention, at least to sort of place high. But when he had that second touchdown, that I got excited.
Do you enjoy the sweat experience? I know guys can go different ways. Do you enjoy sweating with like a big crowd like that? Your wife was with you, beers are flowing. Like, do you like that? Or would you rather be, at home on your couch or out walking the dog or doing something completely different? What's your vibe with the sweat?
Yeah, I think in either scenario, I'll sweat either way. So,
okay.
I welcome both. I think, going to the dog bowl, certainly a change of pace is, as opposed to being at home week in, week out. So I embrace that. And I enjoyed it.
But your team watch the games always kind of guy.
I'm sorry, watch the games, you're saying?
Yeah, you always watch the games when you play lineups?
Yeah, I watch as much as I can of them.
Yeah.
Or put on Red Zone or whatnot. And sometimes just, check my app randomly.
Yeah. I'm scrolling down here to see that because I knew you had another lineup that was pretty close. Here, this was the Joe Burrow one that we were talking about, the naked Joe Burrow team in 22nd place here. Also had the RJ Harvey share. Was RJ Harvey a target for you over the weekend?
Definitely someone that I liked, that I wanted to get, and had a lot of upside. So yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Not a bad little weekend there.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm kind of just refamiliarizing myself with like the board and stuff here with some of these teams, sneaking out an extra little min cash at the bottom there. Cheeky stuff. I love that. Many congrats in the chat from the community here for you. Awesome stuff here. But Numi's talking about a playground. Is this something you informed Numi about?
Yeah, I think they got mentioned at the event. So I have two small boys. We went pretty much back to back. So I have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, and they're getting bigger. And I think getting them an awesome playground is in the cards. So for sure.
Awesome, man. That's money well spent. You know what? I feel more complete as an individual paying this rake, knowing that it's going to go to the playground for the kids here.
No doubt.
Oh man. Cognition, anything else you want to share with the people? Talk about, share your experience wise, anything else about the community before we let you go, man?
Just want to say, I had a great time out there. Love the platform, love the sweat. Underdog is tremendous. Both of you as well. Everything that you do, as I said, I've recently become aware of everything and been starting to sort of watch. And I'll be joining those badge bro contests as I can, and Deposit Kingdom ones. So I really love that. And much love to the community. At the end of the day, you all made me better. So I didn't mind playing the villain role for a little while. No biggie there. So. And hopefully I can have a chance to defend my title next year.
Awesome, man. Right. Yeah, maybe don't even have to wait till next year. Who knows? I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's coming down the pipeline here. You might have to become a multi-sport drafthlete there. Did you try and qualify for the NBA one last year? I remember seeing you a couple lobbies. No,
I feel like I gave it a shot a couple weeks or so.
Yeah.
And I feel like one time if I finished maybe in top 10 or something like that, I don't remember exactly, but
I think you're up.
Yeah, I have to. It's a sport I have to learn about for sure. So I'll have to do something.
Right on, man. Yeah. Well, speaking about learning that sport, Nez and I are going to pivot and do some NBA. So Cognition, thank you so much for joining us, man. Congratulations. Well deserved champ here with that Blake Corum. I just can't get over how good a play the pulling up Josh Allen and the Blake Corum were, man. Mad congrats to you. Thank you for joining.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
Peace, dude. Congrats.
Awesome stuff, man. Love it. Super down to earth, super chill guy. Fun to hang out with. But hey, man, that's kind of just evergreen, par for the course in this community these days.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. That's a sick lineup. I mean, no Michael Wilson and no Puka on the winner is just like, you just got to tip your cap, dude. I mean, that's some sick shit.
That's kind of a evergreen reminder, Nez, as the benefit of playing the 12s versus the 6s. Like the quote unquote have to have it guys lessens so much because you can make up the difference with less higher scoring flex plays later. So as we push forward in NFL season here, maybe kind of a pounding of the table for these goal line stands, and hopefully we can maintain, that 10K prize pool or 10K to first in the prize pool for the goal line stands, because people will be interested in them enough just knowing that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, right on. Shout out to Cognition. There it is. Angelix was second. Awen was third. Noah was fourth. Inthrius was fifth there. Love to see it, man. Some life-changing money. And by the sounds of it, going to a nice cause there, going to a playground. I love that. Actually, as someone whose father works in that industry, maybe I could hook him up with a potential playground to purchase there. I think he might be in the Minnesota area.
Oh.
All right, Nez. Shall we pivot to the hoops, man? Anything to say about Dog Bowl before we pivot to hoops? Just to tie a bow on it all.
No, I think we're good. Shout out Cognition. Shout out everybody else who cashed. Shout out to everybody that we hung out with. Great time. Hope to do it again soon.
Love it. Yes, likewise, man. It truly is a circle the calendar weekend for me now. Like I when they first originally knit it, I was like, oh, this is a great value add. This is really cool. I hope it works in my life. Now it's like, hey, I'm going to schedule events of my life around the fact that I got to make Dog Bowl like 101 priority in those windows, because it truly is that effing fun. And I hope more and more people in the community can experience it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Nez, going to last night, we had 2 NBA Cup games there. We did get the IQ late illness tag, Q tag, turn into a downgrade. We said it was, traditionally speaking, a death sentence, but we then noted that he played through it on the previous Sunday. And we noted the fact that it was a cup game, that maybe there'd be a little more incentive, but IQ could not play through it. And that led to a lot of swaps there. So people were getting on the Jamal Shed stuff there. Yeah, but we got some friends and family at the top here. Chad G's up here, fully loaded, who's hanging out in the chat. Sam Olson, you better say something in the chat right now because you are 1, 2, 3 in the top 7 here. Our guy Nick, who's always here, in 5th. And not to be left out, Nez has pivoted the brand to the Christmas tree with the Rudolph nose emote. Don't think I didn't notice with the new dog here, Nez, finding himself in 4th place as well.
Yeah, I forgot about it for the first week of December, and I was like really mad when I forgot because I love doing that. The little green background, the dog that looks like Max from the Grinch with the Rudolph nose. I mean, I love to be festive, so you know how much that really grinded my gears. I normally do that like the day after Thanksgiving, so really pissed that I forgot to do that. But I'm here now, and I'll probably run it all the way through New Year's. Now that I've got to make up for lost time. But yeah, the run good for the dog change is where it's at.
Love it, dude. Yeah, maybe I'm due for a little bit of a dog change here. I've been rocking the settlement headband for a long time now. Might have to pivot. Back in the day, it was a running joke that whenever I went purple on the emote, that people knew I was down bad if I pivoted to purple. But actually, it's funny. Nez and I did have a bit-based video script about like all the inside baseball kind of jokes on the platform like that, and that was included in one of them. This was like a long time ago. You remember? Well, before we even did like the list, we had like a video notes thing. Whatever. I just thought about that, because we had so many jokes about like the additives to the dog and the changing of the colors to match your stacks and just crap like that. That's so funny.
Yeah, always running bad when you got to change the dog stuff. But I wasn't sweating my lineup too hard. Apparently, I was in first in the 4th quarter, so I'm glad I didn't see that.
Yeah, I did not see the tail end of that ball game. Your boy had to touch ice immediately to sweat out some of the beers from the weekend there. But Desmond Bane went off in a decent way. Always ADP, never projection, because Desmond Bane outperforms both Suggs and Paulo, even though Paulo ends up with 32 minutes in that ball game. Jalen Brunson, who was the 101 on the slate there, we flipped and flopped whether it was going to be, the projection band was so tight, but we flipped and flopped on whether it'd be Scotty or him. We knew it'd be him if Cat got ruled out, but we were both kind of in the camp that Cat played. So we were both kind of playing Scotty at the 1 over Jalen Brunson, obviously still getting some exposure to him. BI, we were a little bit concerned about potentially like some of the matchup corms that he would deal with whether it was going to be OG, whether it was going to be Bridges, that sort of thing. But Mike said in the chat and pointed it out pretty astutely that drop coverage versus Cat on the switches would lead to some mid-range stuff for BI. So BI has a really nice night. Shout out to you for being team Norm Powell over Andrew Wiggins. Worked out there. Jamal Shed being the pivot that you needed in the last round and the swap you needed. Good reminder that even on a 2-gamer, guys, that not enough people are setting their swap rankings. So even swapping to just the chalk Jamal Shed pick, you still got discounted ownership because it was only 77% owned. I considered going like Super Galbrain and swapping like Oshiak Baji or swapping to like, Jacoby Walter or something like that, but just didn't do it because I was like, I think it's not going to be thrust up high enough in the ADP to be the default swap. So went ahead and did that. And then my night downfall, even though I just, very minimal losing night, but like my biggest downfall was I played Ware over Pirtle with my insane biases there. So anything else to say on the slate from last night, Nez?
No, I think, just playing that IQ stuff, I think obviously really paid off. Scotty did not pay off, but like, you know, there was 3 viable picks there in the top 3. But man, BI was cooking. He was, I mean, he didn't even need to switch. You know, he was taking Mikhail, you know, to the mid range all night, and you know, just kind of hitting him over the top of that rainbow, that beautiful little touch there. Yeah, no, this is we thought last night was a little difficult, or maybe not. Maybe we kind of thought last night was decent for a 2-game, but man, this upcoming slate, I need help. I need help.
Okay. All right. Well, we will try and find some help here, dude. Shout out to Chris G dropping by with the 50 bean. Great hang this weekend. Never necessary. Always appreciated. Appreciate you, man. Chris G brought out Wu-Tang Killer Bees, an OG guy, Matt there, alongside him, and brought his old man with him too. So much fun was had with Chris G there. Always a blast. Shout out Bam Adebayo. Always, never Bam, always Bam, unless your name is Chris G. Yeah, this is a funny one. All right, my guy Big Fudgy in the chat right now. If you open up the leaderboard on the new iPhone 18 XXL, you can see me on it too. That's good, clean fun. Yeah, there you go. 12th place. It doesn't even have to be that far. I mean, I almost got there on the iPhone 4, dude. You're good. You're good.
Jeez, Sam Olsen, man. Goddamn, have a night.
Yeah, big throwback Sam Olsen, ahead of the curve night there. He thinks a bunch of those were drafted the night before early, and he was really just slamming the best plays before anybody got the answers to the test.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, dude. Let's pivot, man. Second night of the NBA Emirates Cup here. I'll bring up the standings for the people there. Last night we see the Magic and the Knicks get through, so now we play the left side of the bracket here, aka the Western Conference side of the bracket. We got Lakers and Spurs this evening. We got Thunder and Suns. Obviously, the big dynamic to the slate is the Q tag for Devin Booker on here. Put Devin Booker on the cover alongside the champ there, because it's a very interesting dichotomy. He's probably going to project slightly better than where he's at. It was a groin strain issue here. He's probably going to project slightly better than where he's at right now. But man, if he ends up playing and he's falling with this Q tag to, there's going to be some GMs out there with late 3rd round or maybe even 4th round Booker. I haven't seen it in my rooms yet, but just being mindful of it on this slate. We also have some playing time. I'm not going to say concerns, but, interesting playing time notes with guys like coming back and, is Dylan Harper going to be ramped up to full and stuff like this to walk through. But yeah, the most notable kind of like macros are going to be Devin Booker for sure. And then just the huge spread in that game in particular, but then also a decent sized spread in the other game, which is different than last night's dynamic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right now leaning that Booker doesn't play.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the little bit of nuggets that we've gotten throughout the day indicate that Devin Booker isn't playing. Rehabbing, not participating in shoot around, but seeing it shoot around. I don't think he plays. He's, like you said, it's a groin injury. These groin injuries are really no joke, man. Especially in basketball, obviously. I can't imagine he gets rushed back for an NBA Cup game when they're already giga dogs. So I don't think he plays. But yeah, if he does play, you're going to be dealing with some monster Devin Booker teams. But I don't think he plays.
Okay, yeah. To speak to some of those nuggets, the Unabated Discord, the news alert nugget was Devin Booker present, but didn't go through usual routine at morning shoot around, remains questionable. So they did not, up or downgrade the conditional projection based on that. But that is not necessarily the wording we're looking for. That's not the wording we got yesterday with Cat when Cat ended up playing. So. Yeah, I think he is a little bit more on the doubtful side of the Q tag there.
One more time. I was looking up that quote. You think he's more doubtful.
Yeah, I think he's more on the doubtful side than the probable side of the Q tag.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I don't think he plays.
Yeah. I was just agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. We have 14.5 in this one, a 223.5 as the game total. We've talked so much about the Thunder. They've only lost once this year. They're damn near back to like full now too, with the exception of Hartenstein. But we're gonna get Dort back tonight. We're gonna get Caruso back tonight. Like this team just somehow is getting better, even though they're the best team in the NBA already here, and they're 14.5 point favorites at home this evening. Let's start with the Thunder because it's a little bit easier than talking through the conditional dynamics of the Suns with or without Booker there. But let's talk through the Thunder. How are you treating them? Because J-Dub's got a pretty high ADP, Chet's got a pretty high ADP, and then everybody else is just kind of sixth rounders, and nobody really knows who to select there. So it's the big three in the first 7 picks, and then the sixth rounders effectively. How are you treating the Thunder this evening?
I've been fading J-Dub quite a bit.
Okay.
Shay's my 102, but J-Dub I have like 5th right now. Behind, I could even put him 6th if I wanted to. Behind the Lakers and De'Aaron Fox. I just can't imagine this game is that competitive. The last 3 games, J-Dub's played 25 minutes. He's been pretty successful in those 25 minutes. But do you want to talk about like the dichotomy of like game environments here? It's insane, right? We have Lakers against Spurs, a little back and forth, fast pace game, or we have J-Dub in 25 minutes, most likely against the Suns. Like I just don't see how, more often than not, like just the odds of ceiling are just so much greater, I think, in that Lakers Spurs game. So I'm playing it that way, right? Like I'm not doing too many entries. I think I maybe like do 50 or so, but like I'm trying to make a strong stance here. And that stance is that like this OKC Suns game isn't that competitive, and I want the ceiling of Lakers and Spurs.
Yeah, dude, I fully respect that take. I fully agree with you. I moved J-Dub kind of like behind the LeBron, Fox, and Reeves tier there. That was how I was treating it. Nobody's going to have to deal with back-to-backs, nothing like that. Neither of these teams play until the 13th, I believe, or maybe it was the 14th, something like that. Like, there's reason to think that the Lakers guys can play pace, play extended, and there's reason to think that, if Booker can't go in this one, that this one's kind of over at halftime and, everybody can just play pretty spread.
Yep, that's the way I'm playing it, man. But even then, right? The Thunder are so deep, it's not exactly like the easiest job in the world to figure out who to take there. But because we've got Caruso off the injury report, Lou Dort off the injury report here, it is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But I think I'm leaning a little bit Dort, a little bit AJ Mitchell. I like Casey Wallace in real life. I don't know that I'm taking him too much here in this spot, as opposed to like I'd rather probably do like Aaron Wiggins or Caruso over maybe even little Jay Will. But yeah, these bench guys, I think at least one, I think is going to matter based on the way I see this game going and the way that I'm playing it. I think it would be crazy to think that this game's a blowout and not have some of these like a good portion or a good percentage of my portfolio dedicated to some of these guys.
Yeah, good shouts there, dude. Just thinking through the injury report. Sorry, I didn't say it right at the start there. No Isaiah Joe, no Hartenstein tonight. And then obviously no Nikola Topic. So the biggest thing here, I think, is like if you get to that like bridge where it's like they're up 15 and it's like kind of blowout run, but it's not really blowout run, and Shea doesn't have to play the fourth. Like, who is that fill the gap guy? Because it has been a little bit of Isaiah Joe because they've been reluctant to let, Aaron Wiggins play quote unquote full when he was like coming back from injury. Lou Dort coming back from injury. Caruso, we know how they treat him with kick gloves, that sort of thing. With no Isaiah Joe there, he was kind of like that bridge the gap guy. Maybe now that duty goes to AJ Mitchell and they have to let him run a little bit longer than they would technically like to. I think if you want this game to play close, and you tell that narrative, that Cason Wallace is probably the safest for minutes in this bunch, but I think AJ Mitchell definitely has like the highest last round ceiling here.
Yeah, I mean, how many minutes does Kaysen need to matter? And I mean,
yeah, he's got to play like
very similar minutes to J-Dub.
Yeah, he's got to play like full playoff game 33. Like this stays competitive to really matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would necessarily call him safe.
Yeah. No. That if that is the thesis, if the game stays tight, that's the safety in minutes.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not safe at all. No.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little bit safer than like Dort and Caruso coming back kind of vibe, in my opinion.
Yeah, Caruso, like you said, they're always being careful with. Lou Dort, his injury was it a back? An adductor, not an injury report. He's only missed 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. From a mindset standpoint, if you play like some game correlation and play this to be closer and play it to play tighter than the spread and to like a higher total or something like that, I think you want to play like the quote unquote starters. Like you'd want to play like the top 3, obviously, and then you'd want to play like Kaysen and potentially Dort alongside it. I think if you play it to the spread that we're given right now, I think Aaron Wiggins and AJ Mitchell become like my 2 favorite last rounders.
Yeah. As the more Suns you draft, you probably want to take longer looks at these Thunder starters or vice versa, right? If you start off with Shea, you have a J-Dub team, Chet, any of those big 3. If you have one, I think you gotta pair a Sun, like a Sun starter or 2,
Okay.
Probably 2, because I just think that's what is going to make the most sense from like a game flow perspective, where like those starters are keeping up. And like, let's be real too. Like, yeah, I think that this is going to be like an absolute slaughter because I don't think Booker's playing. Like the Suns are playing really good basketball. They are playing like very tough. They're hanging in there. This could be close at halftime, and then they could just absolutely pull away in the third. Like it wouldn't shock me. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I like where you're at. We're thinking very similarly about this game, just in general. I know you mentioned Jay Will. Will you actually draft him tonight?
I'll probably mix it in. Yeah. I mean, no Hartenstein. Yeah, I'll mix it in. You just probably don't want to have any Suns with that.
Yeah, he's a go get his guy too in garbage time for sure.
Triple double monster.
Yeah. People forget. Let's talk about the Suns side, dude. Where are you taking Booker right now?
10.
Okay. So you're letting him fall. You're like, hey, I'm gonna be light. I don't think he plays kind of vibe. And
I'm not playing that many entries. I'm not maxing, so like I'm not taking them.
Yeah, so you're not hedging it at all, kind of thing. I mean, even if he is good to go, like it's not the greatest spot in the world, and we think he goes like 35 first rip back from a groin injury. Like I don't think so. Like what? Just because it's the cup? Like I don't think so.
No, it's not. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good on any front.
Okay, so now is the counter move to that for you to have been boosting up Suns players then?
I mean, sort of. Like, yeah, you if your projections have Booker in, you got to remove him, and you got to obviously in tandem boost the Suns like a little bit. But like, what are those projections to start with? Probably not great. And I think ADP is basically baking in Booker missing.
Yeah.
It's like you take Booker high, but all these Suns players are priced as though Booker is not playing. So like
Right.
you don't need to boost them any higher than they already are.
Okay.
Yeah, and even then I'm like, man, I don't really love these guys tonight.
Sure. Yeah. Let's talk about this clump because there's this big clump of Royce is kind of in it, but Royce does tend to fall a little bit more. Let's talk about this clump and let's play it as if Booker is out. Who's your favorite of the Brooks, Williams, Colin Gillespie, Allen, and Royce tier?
Brooks.
Okay, so you're buying into the notion that he gets his shots up when Booker's not on the floor. He's been shooting a lot.
Yeah. He's just been good.
Okay.
So I would go Brooks, basically ADP. Other than Mark Williams, not really buying Mark Williams tonight.
Okay, you just don't like the spot against Chet. You don't like the spot. What?
No, yeah. Chet, in general, man, it's just like bigs against OKC is just no, thank you, man. No, thank you. They play so goddamn tough.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Let's rank it out for the people then. We got this Dylan Brooks Canada on Canada Crime, him and Lou Dort potentially there. I was still taking Mark Dub above this just because I thought the ceiling was higher, but now I'm starting to rethink this a little bit. I like Colin Gillespie as a basketball player more than Dylan Brooks. That might just be my own inherent biases despite the hashtag good Canadian kid there. I think I kind of rank it like this. I think if I definitively knew Booker was out right now, and I guess that is kind of the exercise, that maybe Grayson should be higher here. But I think like Colin Gillespie, like he stands out more to me as like a little bit of a handling role, I think, if Booker's not there.
Yeah, Gillespie has the higher assist upside, and he'll chuck too, man. He's not scared of anybody. Grayson's been awesome for sure, but probably more of a Booker in play than Booker out play. But Grayson's been good. Yeah, and I do like Royce O'Neal a lot. I don't know that I don't know that I like him more than Grayson, but I do like Royce O'Neal.
I think if I was going to say my favorite cost adjusted play right now would be Jordan Goodwin in the 6th before people get to it. It feels very similar to the Jamal Shed play from yesterday.
Well, he wasn't starting when Book was out, was he?
Goodwin?
Mm-hmm.
It's like hit or miss. But in most recent iterations, I think it was miss.
I still like him.
He was 7th man up for 25 minutes in a competitive game against the T-Wolves last time out. They started Gillespie, Royce, Mark Williams, Dylan Brooks, and Grayson Allen. I'd imagine they do the same this evening. I think it's Gillespie's like the in the lineup guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, who's the casualty of Jordan Goodwin? Because I do not think it's Gillespie. I think Gillespie for sure stays in and plays. Is it Mark Williams? Did they just play like mega small?
He was on the floor instead of Brooks. Here, I'll show you. He was on the floor instead of Brooks for that tail end of the 4th stint here. But I don't know why.
Didn't Brooks get hurt or no?
He might have. And then he came back?
Yeah, but I don't know if that was in the 4th. But he did get hurt at one point and come back in.
So that extra 4 minutes or whatever in this chunk, 3 minutes and 16 seconds wouldn't have existed without that because they were not planning on closing with Jordan Goodwin.
Yeah, I believe that's the case.
I would liken it very much to like the other side of the coin to like the Aaron Wiggins play.
And I guess in like they both get home together or
Well, maybe they correlate, but like I just think about it in the same regard as like the role is like, hey, they're seventh guy, they can handle, they can get theirs and score, and they probably benefit from, losing game scripts or heavily winning game scripts.
I agree. I think Jordan Goodwin needs a blowout. But
Just to stay on the floor and close, and they take off the Gillespie, Allen, Brooks stuff.
his minute ceiling gets hit in a blowout, I think, yeah. And he's like hot in the first half. By the third quarter, it's over. They're not even playing Shea and J-Dub. And then it's like 8 minutes of Jordan Goodwin, 10 minutes of Jordan Goodwin.
Yeah. He correlates pretty well with like an SGA team where SGA breaks the slate and then you take him in the sixth and then he closes garbage. Or he correlates with like trading buckets with Aaron Wiggins in the 5th and 6th round.
Yeah. Yeah, right. That's how I would look at it.
Okay. I like how we got there. But yeah, I think it is good to note that like the most likely outcome is he's not starting tonight even without Booker.
No, I don't think so. Unless, they would have to surprise us, and I don't think so. I don't think that they would.
That might be a little bit like Anthony Black last night, where we liked Anthony Black more if he wasn't starting, and then he gets into the starting lineup instead of Tristan da Silva last night, and it's like, well, that's great. Now he's the 4th option as a starter. I want him to be the lead option for the bench unit and cook in garbage time, Yeah,
that is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else to say on the Suns here? Like, we know Ryan Dunn's gonna play, but he's like defense first. He's like 3-and-D. It's, I don't know. It's not even really. It's defense.
Yeah. I don't really have any interest in him.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Nope. No, not from the Suns, man.
Yeah. It's just not a good spot. Like you're like, hey, like we could find some garbage time value. And it's like, well, you're still playing against OKC. Like it doesn't feel good. Yeah. Yeah. Oso, maybe. I don't know. Backup 5 run.
Yeah, I was wondering if you would say Oso.
But we don't even like Mark Williams, and we don't like the narrative of 5s versus the Thunder. I mean, it's a better spot without Hartenstein, I'm not gonna lie, but still, like, if we don't like the starter, well, we're probably not gonna like the backup 5.
Exactly, right.
Yeah. Respook saying he thinks this is definitely a Luka slate. Curated saying it's a very uncomfortable slate. Uncomfortable is good for us, though. I don't think it's definitely a Luka slate. Like, I get that he's probably going to project when unabated stuff comes out in half an hour or whatever. He's probably going to project, 5 points clear of SGA, but I don't think it's necessarily a full Luka slate because a lot of those Luka teams might be dead with Booker pairings.
If they're paired with Booker, yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
And the 2v2 or the 1v1, right? Like LeBron teams that unless you get a Luka Fox team, which which some of them people have, and then you still need Luka and Fox to kind of to crush. I just don't think it's Luka or bust. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I agree with you. Oh, nice. Jumpfree told me that they did an early drop today for the 2-gamer. Okay, I'll get that fired up for the people here. Maybe we'll treat this a little bit like a paywall show and give the people a peek because so many of our shows forward.
We never get to
showcase.
Those. Yeah.
So maybe
I think we deserve that.
Yeah, today might be a nice day to showcase it for the people. Let me just build out a quick little Excel. Okay. Well, fuck me. They got Luka 11 points clear of SGA, but it's because they have 5 more minutes on Luka than SGA today.
Well, I'd be worried if they didn't.
Right. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next game here, Nez, and then we will talk about the projections in tandem with it as we go, and I will showcase some of that for the people there as well. We got, boom, Spurs Lakers in this next one, 7 by way of the Lakers. The 234.5. Don't look there. Look at the unabated one. 242 there as the total.
Freaking poly
So
market.
yeah, we're 18 points clear of the other game, basically, effectively there. Injury report. We got Carter Bryant with a Q tag. It's a midday downgrade illness. Jordan McLaughlin with a Q tag. And then obviously no Wemby there. And then the G Leaguers are listed out. I say that because David Jones Garcia has mattered in the past, but the Spurs are kind of closest to the fullest they've been minus Wemby this season now, because we got Castle, Harper, Vassell. We got everyone kind of like back for that sort of thing. And then on the Lakers side, it's just Maxi Kleber with a Q tag there. That's a lumbar muscle strain listing for him. Yeah, methinks this is the game people want to get to between the two because of the tighter spread, because of the higher total there, Nez. Is that reflected in your rankings right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some of the concerted stands that you are taking that are most obvious that weight you toward this game?
Dylan Harper, for sure.
Okay.
I have a ton of Dylan Harper.
Me too.
Yeah. Luke Cornett.
Okay.
A lot of Luke Cornett. Fox, the Lakers at the top, taking them over J-Dub.
Yep.
Pretty much anybody in this game, the top 24, I am trying to get overweight on.
All right, dude. I like it. Anticipating Harper still playing off the bench this evening?
I'm just anticipating Harper getting an increase of minutes and doing good with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, because it's been Vassell, Fox, Barnes, Castle, Cornett, and then Harper's been first up. Yeah. Jeremy Sohan was after that, but then got nicked up. Yeah, Champagne, Keldon. Keldon's minutes have ticked down in the wrong direction in recent memory after having, some ceiling games, but as bodies have come back, it's just looking a little worse for him, but he's free down there if you think there's an uptick or a change in role. But yeah, Spurs side first here, Nez. Fox over J-Dub?
That's how I've been playing it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with it. Respect it. Castle in like a tier of his own, or do you like Harper? Do you pull him down a bit and put him closer to like the Vassell Harper range?
No. Castle, tier of his own. I don't take him over Ayton, but immediately after DeAndre Ayton. Yeah.
Peeking at the projections right now, 31 minutes to Ayton, 27 minutes to Castle, a 31.91 for Ayton, and a 30.3. Those are in the blue redacted scoring format, which is the closest we got. Yeah, so that's really tight. Okay. I think the interesting question is, as the day goes on, if we get Booker ruled out, does Gillespie, Brooks, Allen vault over the Castle, Harper, Vassell tier?
Like,
would you rather have Suns or Spurs?
They're not going to leave Castle, I don't think.
Yeah, so Castle still is tier of his own.
Yeah, I think they might jump Mark Williams.
Okay. Yeah, so this is where the fluidity of the slate is, in my opinion, one, because it's a very tight band of projection, and it's like all from the wrong side of the game environments, basically. This, because we go Phoenix, 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 Spurs, Phoenix, Phoenix, Spurs, Spurs, Spurs before we get to the auxiliary Lakers and OKC spots. So it's a very interesting dynamic of like, would you rather be the guy jamming Suns in a bad matchup, hoping Booker's out, or would you rather be the guy making the bet that the Spurs keep it closer than the Suns can, and you can get, maybe a minute's uptick in Harper, or maybe we get Vassell ceiling for the first time in the history of basketball.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on Vassell. Just continues to disappoint. I've got him like behind all those Suns guys.
Okay. Interesting stuff. Harper versus Vassell, which do you prefer tonight?
My heart tells me Harper. It feels weird because of the
it.
ADP differences, but like I think Harper.
My quant, Justin Pham tells me Vassell's going to play 28.5 minutes there, and that Harper's playing 23, and he already outprojects him. So if you get that 23 up, and we've seen it higher than 23. We saw it at 25 last time out. If we get that, he's going to outproject Vassell in a big way.
How many minutes do they have for old Keldon Johnson?
Keldon Johnson has 21 minutes. Good for 22.38 fantasy points on the Blue Redacted. Good for player number 19 overall in their rankings. I mean, rankings in just projection sorted.
Sure.
Yeah. Not actual ranking.
Right.
But they like him more than Royce O'Neal and AJ Mitchell.
Wow, over Royce O'Neal.
Yeah. They got Royce O'Neal for 28.5.
Wow. That's pretty bullish.
Yeah. They got big minutes on the Lakers starters, and then everybody else is like pretty middling.
Yeah. Right.
We got 38 for Luka, we got 33 for Braun, and we got 37 for Reeves.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah, they run that shit tight as hell. So I think if you're looking for auxiliary options tonight, guys, like as we keep going down this rabbit hole, I think you kind of want some Spurs guys that are going to play this game closer than anticipated. You kind of want some of those Suns in the middle tiers, and then your scrolls are going to be auxiliary OKC or auxiliary. No, it's mainly auxiliary OKC, I guess.
It is.
Where you play the blowout side of the card.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants Marcus Smart coming back. Nobody wants LaRavia. Even if the Lakers only played 8 tonight, and it was Hayes, Smart, LaRavia, and that's it. They just capped it. No Gabe Vincent, no anyone. Like, I mean, that would probably never happen, but just like for argument's sake, I still don't think you really want them because they're not going to outproject the back end guys.
I know. It's like
weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know how you get there. I really don't know how you get there.
Yeah. Crazy. This is currently not with Booker out. With Booker out, Jordan Goodwin's going to spike. With Booker in, Jordan Goodwin's a fantasy point per minute at 18 minutes already. And Royce. Yeah.
How about that? Okay.
Yeah, the ball knowers are in lockstep with me, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They got Kaysen for 26.5. He's like a 0.8 guy though. Yeah. Let's talk about the scroll the F down Spurs. Let's talk about first the Barnacle of the Bay versus Cornette. Are you team Cornette over Harrison Barnes this evening?
I don't know. I typically would be, but shout out to Zakarian. He's always been, anti-bigs against Lakers, just based on fantasy output. And Barnes has been this just might be the only time someone's ever said this. Barnes might be a bucket. I mean, what's going on, man? The output for him has been crazy.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't hate Harrison Barnes.
He's doing his best poor man's DeMar DeRozan from the mid-range game. He's doing his poor man's BI from the mid-range game.
I don't even know if it's poor. I mean, he's filling it up, man.
Oh, good, clean fun. Let me see 1 second here. Just sorry, I got. Oh man, I done screwed up my projections real quick. My bad. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a really tough decision, dude. I think I kind of lean Barnes, but I'm good with either. And I think Cornet is what like the projection models are going to tell you, but it's just by fractions of points. I think I think it's a mix and match spot. I think the interesting questions with the Spurs are the Champagny, the Keldon Johnson, and the Kelly O, because I think they're all kind of in play here.
You love Kelly O, man.
I know. I always find an excuse, Good Canadian kid, split it wide open out here. He just does so much from a rates perspective when he gets that burn. And like you kill so many teams because Cornet has an 18 ADP, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you don't think he can come off the bench and just kill Jackson Hayes for like 14 minutes and stay on the floor? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think I'm playing it.
No, it's very thin. Okay, who do you prefer between Keldon and Champagny then?
That's a good question. I think Champagny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Champagny, right? I mean, he's probably gonna have more minutes.
Yeah, I think it's really close. If you're looking at recent box scores and recent time machine, then yeah.
Oh, well, resident Nick says it's Keldon Johnson night.
Okay. I'll hear him out. Okay, cross-referencing the unabated stuff right now. They got Sohan for 12 minutes. They have Champagny for 24.5 at like a 0.9-ish. And then they have Keldon Johnson for 3.5 less minutes, but a higher projection, about a 2-point higher projection than Champagny. So if you get Keldon on the floor and he runs a bit longer, like he's pretty good leverage off of the Harrison Barnes. He's pretty good leverage off of the Champagny stuff at kind of a discount.
I can buy that.
Yeah.
In terms of how it works.
28 months for our guy, Nick. Much love, bro. Eggers was asking about the Royce stuff and where he was projecting. Yeah, all that stuff that we were talking about was not conditional projection Booker out. That was just base projection stuff. Okay. I think we did our due diligence on that. I don't think, Kelly O and Sohan are probably a bridge too far. And, yeah. Dude, Lakers are going to be super condensed. The top 3 should all be in the top 5 picks like this. And then it comes down to what are you doing with the Ayton versus Vassell? Both you and I liked Ayton more than Vassell right now. Or sorry, Castle, rather. And that was kind of like that 9, 10, 11-ish area there. Outside of the big 4, are there any Lakers you want this evening?
I mean, Rui in the 6th, I think is fine.
Yeah. If Rui wins the slate in the 6th, it's because the other game flopped. They ran garbage time with the other guys, and all you needed was minutes tonight, right?
Yeah, if it's like, I think Rui can give you 30.
Right. Yeah.
That
Like
would
Swish
definitely
Sanders says
help.
this so perfectly. Like Ruri is regretfully a good click, right?
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah. But if this show was called Searching for Floor, like he's probably one of the better floors we have in the 6th round right now that people just don't want.
Right. Exactly.
Is there any rules for you with the Lakers guys, or are you fine just jamming them all and worrying about raw points? Like this combination of Reeves plus LeBron is going to be repeated so much if ADP holds this the rest of the day. Is there Ayton plus Luka is going to be repeated so much if ADP holds the rest of the day? Like thoughts on just combos?
I mean, I think you just you pull up Fox and you get you do some Fox with the Lakers guys and you mix and match who you're gonna who you take Fox with basically.
Yeah.
And then Luka instead of Ayton take Castle.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But
all right.
yeah.
I want to have this conversation in tandem with. I think that's it for us on the Lakers, right? It's like Rui and that's it. There's only 5 draftable Lakers. Like you don't really want Laravia or Smart or anything like that tonight.
Smart, I think, is like low key interesting just because he's so tough and you can get some stock upside, but like probably bad pick.
Yeah, I think minutes are probably still going to be capped coming back here. Like just hasn't played in a while. Like I can't imagine he just comes out and plays like mid-20s because it's a cup game in December.
Probably, but I don't know. I don't think it would be crazy for him to push for more minutes.
Okay. All right. One guy that's going to matter at some point this season in some garbage dumpster fire bowl at some point. We're going to get a Drew Timmy game, dude.
Only when you put your head down on the pillow at night are you going to get a Drew Timmy game.
Don't you remember him having a couple sick games for Brooklyn like 2 years ago?
I did forget.
He was good, dude. He had a couple like sweet games. Okay, let's have the most important and most difficult conversation of the day, Nez, and then I know you got to kind of get a roll on here. The 6th round. We're factoring in everything, all right? We're factoring in every factor here. We're combos, game environments. We're factoring in ownership, leverage, and all that stuff. Who are the best 6th round picks tonight?
Oh, God. I mean, dude, there's just not that many. I would say, like, does AJ Mitchell count, or is he like even a 5th rounder?
No, he counts.
Yeah, AJ Mitchell, Rui.
Okay.
Give me those Rui minutes.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Wiggins.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take some of the Keldon. Man, I'll scroll past it all and I'll take some Jordan Goodwin tonight.
There you go.
I think Jordan Goodwin could be the guy tonight.
That's some very fun leverage for sure.
Like if he just plays
sub 10%, Jordan Goodwin.
Like sub 10% plays 23 minutes, like people probably won't even still swap to him even if Booker's out because he's not going to start.
No. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna get there on some drafts.
Okay. Yeah, Big Fudge say I think you should ask Nez what the best 3rd round picks are. I mean, that's a very fair point because the line in the sand after Castle is just like, man, what do you do from Mark Dub to Cornette?
He's also trolling because I got a Desmond Bain fall yesterday. Like right after projections came out and they had Suggs and Paulo over him.
Yeah. I had one 3rd round Bain team as well, but I didn't take Jamal Shannon that too. Ooh, Ryan Nunn is fine at super low ownership if you think Book is out. Not a terrible take. I mean, he's just such a boring basketball player from a rate standpoint, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really don't hate it either. He's gonna play like you said, like a decent amount. Yeah, I don't dislike Ryan Dunn at all here.
Yeah. For reference sake, I'm gonna share with you guys the projections right now because they're gonna change and that sort of thing. But I'll share with you guys the unabated stuff because normally we never have the opportunity to do so because we do the program prior to, so we talk about it. So here's a look behind the curtain there. They got Luca SGA, then they have Braun over that tier. They have Reeves behind the J-Dub and Fox area there. Then they have that line in the sand from projection's sake that you could see here with Castle right here being like 2 and a bit clear of then the big clump of like 28 down to 23, 22 in this next big clump of all Spurs and Suns. And then it's AJ Mitchell. Then it's Rui in there. Champagne's in there. Jordan Goodwin's kind of popping in a decent way there. 18 and 18. Is just a fantasy point per minute kind of guy, is exciting ahead of Dort and Wiggins and Jay Will. Ryan Dunn, as Nick just said in the chat, 20 minutes, but only a 16 fantasy point projection there. Like if those minutes uptick in any regard, he could play himself over the Dort Wiggins tier and is drafted significantly less. So little peek behind the paywall curtain there because we don't normally get to share it on the stream. You can mess around with the minutes. The rates are a really good indicator. And then you guys can do with it as you see fit there. All right, Nez, let's rip a draft and see what it looks like.
All right.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay. I don't know why I clicked on the active tab. Like I've never used the site in my whole life for some reason. Draft number 25 for your boy here. Snap, Bill. Bang, bang. Eggers is getting chirpy these days, huh?
You did need a magnifying glass for that one.
Good. Pods being created. That's the update right now.
Apparently.
Nez, I'm going full Uncle of the Year tonight, buddy.
Oh no, what are you doing?
So it's my nephew Landon's birthday tonight when we got the party. I went mystery box, individually wrapped action figures, getting them into like comic books and action figures and stuff like that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait till like Melo's of that age.
Right. Yeah. It's such a fun age, right? Like turning 4, turning 5, turning 6, like that whole bracket. And it's like you just like thrust on them things that you love and like make them like it. Like first couple birthdays, like baseball gloves, then like hockey sticks for like the mini hockey nets, like this. And now it's like, okay, they need like winter sit and play things. And I went like Batman, Stormtrooper, Ninja Turtle. Like it's just like a variety pack.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Nez, make the pick here, dude. This is that big tier of 3 or 4 rather that we can mix and match. You like Braun the best out of it? Who do you like?
I kind of like Reeves, but
okay, let's do it. The projections don't agree with you. They have Reeves behind Fox, James, and J-Dub.
The projections don't know LeBron's a wash king.
But I will say that the projections are 39.5, 38.5, 38.2, 38.2. So it is all just one.
The projections think you're a dumbass, Nez.
They aren't even. Those aren't even the. those are wild, dude. Like those aren't even like. You're splitting hairs with like fractions and fractions. All right, we'll take J-Dub here because it's kind of an end of a tier. and then we will give Nick the decision for the Booker and Chet stuff. Unk of the year, baby. The best unk. Nobody saw this, and I'm kind of saving it for the Discord for one day because like I do have big like as the cool young kids say now, like unk vibes, like, you know, because I'm just like a nice way of saying I'm like a fringe boomer and in that middle tier. So I get the unk treatment sometimes. And Berm hit me on Twitter with a roto unk, but roto run, but like turned like the R and then like capital UNC. And I was like, I can't believe nobody's hit me with the roto runk yet. Pretty good.
Runk.
Pretty good bit, dude. Like, especially when you see it written. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty good. You're just like, you're beyond unk.
Why?
You know?
I'm a full-fledged boomer?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was the most Canadian I've ever spoken, Nick said. Castle, line in the sand for us, Nez?
Yeah, for me, for sure, right? Like,
yeah, I agree with you. Second game back, like, get like 27 minutes of Castle tonight.
Yeah, that feels great, does it not?
Yeah, pretty standard draft board thus far, except for Spartan has gone Big Mark Williams on the left side there, so mixing up the combo instead of that same Luka, Booker, Ayton combo. We see Sanjay Rich pull up Dylan Harper here.
I like it, man. I like the Dylan Harper pull up a lot.
Yeah, I like the Gillespie pick there too. That's who I wanted. You like Dylan Brooks? You like Grayson Allen? You like Vassell? We have one from each team thus far.
I think I would go Brooks.
Okay. You like Brooks more than Allen tonight? Like just in general?
Yeah.
I tend to agree.
Yeah. I'm big on Brooks right now, man.
Okay. Got my niece Spider-Man 2 years in a row for Halloween. Genius move. Yeah, there's a Spider-Man in the box too. I was just clearing out the shelves. Yeah, I went to a couple different spots yesterday and just got like all those like mid-sized figurines. There's a Batman in there. There's a Robin in there.
That's so awesome. I mean, I had so many like I was big in the wrestlers, man. I had just all the WWF guys.
Yeah, I did see there's still that I saw yesterday, they're still selling Lex Luthor. They're still selling like those kind of guys. Barnacle the Bay staring us in the face and then a scroll, Nez. Is he a tier above or do you want to start scrolling now? Let's go double scroll.
All right. How do you want to start?
Keldon.
Okay.
Let's scroll to Keldon first. Like all you're saying is he outscores Harrison Barnes. Like super conceivable. The projections are not that far off. If we look at the unabated stuff, they are literally side by side. Harrison Barnes is 23 and Keldon Johnson's 22.3. You fudge a minute one way or the other way, you'll be laughing.
And then how are you going to round this out?
You know how it's done. I'm not saying it because Sanjay Rich is watching. Okay, he goes Harrison Barnes and Rui. Classic chalk donk. That's not how you win a 5,000x pick'em there, bro. Dust off your old magic. We're going to scroll all the way down here, and we're going to take Jordan Goodwin in the last round.
I like that.
Yeah,
I would be doing some shit like this, like almost every time. Like treat the first 3 rounds pretty chalky, trust the projections, maybe first 4 rounds. And then after that, man, you've really gotta, you, in my opinion, like I'm going to be doing some shit like this. So thank you for opening my third eye to Jordan Goodwin.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun here. I think there's just a lot of fluidity, and the band of projection is so effing narrow that like after those first 9 picks, as you alluded to, like there's tons available to you, right?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of leverage and a lot of ambiguity. Nobody really knows.
Yeah, we just don't know. We just don't know. Gonna rip one last one of those and then call it a show.
All right, I'm just doing some research on the side here.
Yep. Yeah, we just used Keldon against Nick. We stole his mojo right there. Jump Reach saying wild card advancements in some of these contests. Might be able to afford dinner this week. Love to see it.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fun stuff. Get it going. Actually, I'll give it a refresh and see if my balance changes at all. Nope. Didn't advance any teams. Hate to see it. Did you discover any teams on Davis's stream this morning that you were like excited about, Nez?
Not really. We didn't do a ton of like team by team stuff.
Okay.
But we were looking at like overall advance rates and things like that, like chalk players, unique players, who was like who was the luckiest pick, who was the unluckiest pick, like some conversations like that.
Okay, cool.
Who do you think was the luckiest in this? There's no objective answer to this. We're just bullshitting. Who do you think was the luckiest pick in BBM?
We're just gonna take SGA here. Luckiest pick.
We have an answer. I agree with the answer that was provided.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to think of like without looking at like a draft board and looking at like,
So do you want to hear like
I don't want to hear your answer yet. I want to know the framing of your answer. Was it like someone who luck boxed into a job? Was it someone who was bad?
We didn't really caveat it as anything like that.
Yeah.
So for example, you can make this pick. Somebody said Rico was one of the luckiest picks in BBM, and I disagree. I disagreed because he wanted like he took over a job.
Yeah, I disagree. He was good. I didn't think there's nothing lucky about being a back-to-back 200+ yard rusher. Like that's not contingent. That's a player who is talented.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that yeah.
Is this a palatable price for Booker, or are we still like, he's just not playing?
Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, I don't think he's all right. I don't think he's
playing. It's a game stack. Well, let's do it.
So yeah. All that being said,
I'm trying to think of like someone who was like objectively a bad pick and still got home is what I'm trying to think of. I don't know. Give me your guys' answer.
Javonte Williams.
Disagree. I think he's fine. That was kind of one name that was floating in my mind, but why? Because we think he's still bad, and now in the last couple of weeks, he's shown that he's bad or something.
Basically. Yeah, and like ran so good with like the bad Jaden, like the fact that Jaden Blue's a knucklehead, and Miles Sanders gets hurt.
Okay. I went ahead and took Harper over Vassell there. You like Luke Cornett here?
Yeah, I think you could do Cornett or Rui or Barnes, really.
Yeah, let's do Cornett because we didn't do it last time. We've set up this stack here. I'm going to share a little bit of the alpha that just got posted in the Unabated Discord. And then we will take a look.
Okay.
1 second here. One new thing. Okay. I just read through it. Christian Watson being lucky.
But nobody really took him. I guess.
Yeah. Michael Wilson. Daniel Jones. I might agree with the Daniel Jones take.
You think he got lucky? I
Like,
mean,
I
he's
just
not
don't
even
think
playing anymore.
Yeah, I just don't think he's good. And like people got bailed out. Rui comes back to us if we want it. I want to get more funky with that and scroll. Probably not a good Jordan Goodwin team because we got Booker on here. So I'd probably say AJ Mitchell here and play just an onslaught of OKC.
Yeah, man. That's where I'm at.
All right. Good with it. There's a SGA, Chet, Booker, Dylan Harper, Luke Cornett, and AJ Mitchell team. Here's the most recent from the Discord, courtesy Unabated here. I will share it with the people. IHAM10 just shared it. A little video here. Okay. So Devin Booker, right groin strain, wasn't on the court when Suns shoot around opened to media.
Mm-hmm.
He'd usually be getting up shots when shoot around opened for media if he was playing. So just noting that he was doing something abnormal today. Still questionable for today's Cup game. Booker later came out and started doing dribbling drills. So let's take a little look.
Gotta listen to NBA Youngboy. That looks like a guy rehabbing.
Yeah, it looks a little janky, eh?
That is a guy going 10%.
Yeah. All right. Team Booker doesn't play tonight.
Shout out to Dwayne Rankin for that, though.
Yeah.
Not enough reporters out here respecting the Cup and respecting us, the real, guys in the coal mines here. So shout out to I got to follow Dwayne for that one.
On $1 billion to name the artist. I didn't even really notice. I didn't even really.
I said who it was.
Oh, I didn't see it. No, I didn't. I got no idea. Dylan Brooks definitely on the Augs. I love that. All right, guys, let's eyeball on it there. I'm gonna keep thinking about this question because I'm gonna come with a better answer tomorrow. Because what was the actual framing of the question one last time, Nez?
Of which question? Who was the luckiest player? Which pick was the luckiest pick in BBM? We had the unlucky conversation, but it was too difficult because it's like, okay, injuries happened and things like that. But who was the luckiest selection?
Yeah, I think Neighbors was the unluckiest pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he was playing really well. They got the quarterback change that we wanted.
I mean,
the quarterback change.
Scadaboo. I mean, they all got fucked.
Yeah, Scadaboo.
They all got fucked. That's why injury is just like, you can just name injured players. But the lucky pick is fun because you get to kind of talk shit on somebody's selection, and it's an interesting conversation.
Did anyone take Kamani Vidal in BBM?
No,
not really. Yeah, that would be a pretty.
That would be a good one.
Lucky run out.
Yeah, super lucky run out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll think about it a little more and try and give the people a better answer than on the spot right now. But I get the idea with Javonte, but I was a little bit more in on Javonte than other people were. That I was like, there might be a little something still there. And the thesis of it was the whole offense go Burr, and we fucking nailed that. The whole offense did go Burr. Like Ferg went Burr, Pickens is WR3 overall. The team went Burr. So making the team level bet. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he ran hot on touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, we could go back to the Kareem Hunt being one of the luckiest picks, where it's just like he's not good and continues to just fall in the end zone. Like that's kind of basically the exact same as the Javonte argument.
That's a pretty good answer.
Yeah. But I don't think he was like highly enough drafted for it to truly be my answer.
Yeah, I didn't actually check his ownership,
Here.
but yeah.
I'll dox myself. You ready for this?
Oh.
One of the luckiest picks that was actually kind of a bad pick that I got bailed out on, Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's not that good at football. JT went nuke. We got bailed out with the Danny Dimes instead of AR stuff. And I had like a decent stance on Michael Pittman.
Oh, come on.
Alec Pierce took his job. No?
No.
Okay.
No. Michael Pittman was very, very, very palatably priced.
All right. Wandale Robinson pick?
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah. It's a good one. Eggerson, Ripper bullpen or some puck drafts. No, I gotta do some real life stuff here. I promise we'll do something like that tomorrow because it's a really light NBA slate. Plus, we have no guests tomorrow. So I'm thinking tomorrow, paywall, fuck around, find out, have some fun. I guess there'll be a primetime palooza, but yeah.
Paywall? All right.
Yeah, I think tomorrow we'll go paywall. And then Friday, we're going to do something, but TBD on Pete. Hopefully he's at the final table and we can live vicariously through him.
That would be cool. That would be cool. I should be good to go for Thursday. I am picking up my parents tomorrow, but I should be good for a quick little paywall episode. No big deal.
Sounds good. Yeah, back-to-back big weekends for the Nez Dog, hey? You're going to have family in town. You were just at family. Now you got family in town and Casey in the middle. Holy.
Yeah, they got, we got to squeeze in the holiday visits, the back-to-back. And so they're going to come up here and, hang with Mello. It's going to be great.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I will not listen to this, General Blue. I will not listen to this.
No, I mean, we can talk you into that being a really bad answer, but yeah, you're not correct.
All right, guys, best of luck in the NBA stuff tonight. Team not Devin Booker. Maybe push up a little bit of the Suns guys, but Suns are in a tough spot as is. Jordan Goodwin wins you the fucking slate from the last round. That's my stance for the evening. Any parting words for the people, Nez?
No, I will maybe see you in the lobbies because I'm not exactly sure how many drafts I'm going to end up doing. But yeah, best of luck regardless. And I guess I'll see you in the mitten lobbies. I've been doing the mittens at night. So trying to, I'm a little nervous to do my gauntlets already. Yeah. I need to get some reps under me and figure out which teams I don't like that I'm actually going to draft a bunch of. So
Nez, people forget. Mitten returns 7. Again. Champion. Nezzy takes. All right, guys. We will be... Oh, he's going to find it. Cheeky bastard.
I don't know where it is. I lost the ring.
He wore it all weekend in Kansas City.
They must have stolen it from me. Somebody stole it. It's over.
All right, guys. Shout out to Unabated. Go check them out. Best projections of the game over there. And we showed you guys them. If you want to roll the film back there somewhere, if you want to get a free look behind the paywall there at what those projections look like. Beautiful interface. Everybody's favorite time of the show here. Best of luck in the hoops tonight. I'll be in the lobbies for 25 more of them. And then we'll be here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern for a paywall show. I think it's 4 games of NBA tomorrow, something like that. So we'll do that. And then we'll mix and match some otother programming, maybe a primetime palooza, maybe I don't even know who the Thursday nighter is tomorrow night, to be honest. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. All right, everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace.